We're recording.
All right. Hello. Welcome to the team call, Sunday, September 22nd. I always feel like I say the wrong date. Like I have to think really hard about the date for some reason. And this
You nailed it.
this week was weird. I feel like I forgot what day it was every day. So anyway, I'm really excited about today. We're going to go over just like a few little things. We're going to keep it kind of short. I love seeing new faces on here. This is awesome. So I'm going to share my screen real quick just to get started. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you can see this. Cool. Team call. All right, first things first is announcements. Okay, we have one more week left of the color challenge and the Harry Potter Healthy at Hogwarts challenge. So those are going on for another week / like depending on when we want to end them, but they were supposed to be 3-week challenges. So we'll decide that, but Laura and I hopefully will work together tomorrow and chat a little bit too about this next upcoming group, but we can start inviting to it, which is our Hocus Pocus challenge, which is going to be really cool. It's just going to be a fun themed thing. We haven't really come up with a lot of it yet. It just gives it some sort of a fun theme, right, for the month of October. So it's Halloween, Hocus Pocus, you know, that whole thing. So it'll be fun. And that will be via Facebook as well. And that will start on October 7th and go until November 3rd. So it'll be basically a 30-day group or 4-week group. So that's going to be really fun. We're really excited about that. So you can start inviting to that and actually talking about that now. Excuse me. And we also have the Morning Meltdown 100 group that is still going strong in the app. If you guys did not see, I shouted out people there today. We have several people who have completed 50+ workouts. We have like many people who have completed 25+ workouts. And because that's a 100-day program, I want to keep reiterating the fact that that's amazing. I mean, think about like before you started your journey, like, did you think that you would be doing 100 workouts, right? So for these people who have committed to doing this, it's really awesome to see the number of people who have committed 50+ workouts since July 29th. Like, that's pretty amazing. So you guys can share that image on your stories as well, even if you're not technically, doing that program. Just let us know and we'll send it to you. But that's pretty awesome. That's what our community is all about. Laura, can you do me a favor and just make sure everyone's muted? And then the next thing is team sneak peek, guys. We have one starting, another one on September 30th. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've still yet to figure out if we're going to stream it via Facebook or if it'll be Zoom or what, but it'll be a team sneak peek that day at that time. So just know that that is the next one that is coming up. And we will discuss the details of that one coming up very soon. So that's going to be an awesome opportunity. If you have anyone who's interested in what we do as a team, what we do as coaches, that'll be, we run them very often. And we're actually trying to switch it up in October. And maybe we might have you help lead and or be featured on the sneak peeks, because we want you guys to be featured as well, especially if you're a leader pushing toward diamond or above, because we want you to be able to send that to your people so they're not just seeing like me talk or not just seeing Laura talk. So we'll talk more about that later, about how October's sneak peeks will be a little bit different. But we do have that one coming up on the 30th, so do not forget about that. National Wake Up Call every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is via the TBB Coach 411 Facebook page, as well as they put it on the podcast later that day. You can watch the recording or watch it live. Sometimes I watch it while I'm working out. Sometimes I watch it live and just take notes. But it's an awesome National Wake Up Call. Is just a training that the company does every Monday. This week, Janelle Summers is speaking. She's like Chalene Johnson's sister and is like insanely like meddled in this business. She has like so many accolades. It's amazing. And she did start kind of from the very beginning, but just so you guys know, she's an 8-time elite coach. And what that means is every year to get to elite, you actually have to bring on new people. So it's not that she got in the beginning and has just been riding that wave. She actually has to work really hard still. So she still is an amazing leader and coach. So her training will be great tomorrow, I'm sure. So make sure you listen to that every Monday. The work is releasing tomorrow. Actually, there will be a free sample workout, and the fit test is available for everyone. I don't know the details about the sample workout yet, besides the fact that it'll be free. So I think it'll be in front of the paywall. We'll probably have a link to it or whatever. So you can send that to people who might be interested, as well as you talking about it. The fit test is like a document that it tells you like to write down things like doing burpees and all this stuff. It's a crazy hard looking program, but it's going to be amazing for a lot of people who really like that. It is explicit, so there's a lot of cussing, which a lot of us enjoy, and also know that that's, you know, what we do during our workouts. So, but there is a clean version available as well, so it doesn't have to be just, you know, Danielle cursing all the time. You can actually mute the explicit version and make it a clean version. So it's just another tool to market toward people who want that badass, really intense workout, right? So this releases September 30th on VIP Early Access. You will get a code on September 29th to do early access, $20 off challenge packs or $10 off the completion pack. And if you bought a challenge pack in the month of September, you should get an option to get the whole program for only $10, which is pretty cool. This does not go on to BOD to everyone until April 21st of 2020. So this is exclusive. It's going to be only out to, for early access for now. Okay. And that will have a super trainer launch group on the 7th. So if you do have people who are interested, you don't even really have to run your own group. They could be in our normal like Healthy Heroes group or whatever group. And then they could be a part of that super trainer launch too with Amala. I think that's how you say his name. I should probably figure that out. But he's intense and it's going to be a really awesome super trainer group. Okay, so next we're going to move on to shout outs and recognition. I'd like to shout out all the new coaches. And Michaela just got married, I think, right, Laura? Like, as well as being.
She got married yesterday on Saturday. Woman woke up, did MeltCon, posted her swelfie, and was like, think I'll go get married now.
Yes.
She is such a rock star.
So shout out to all of these new coaches, Michaela, Courtney, and Stacy. We're so excited that you guys are here. And I can't see everyone at the moment, but I think we have some of you on the call, which is really exciting. And if it's your first call, please comment in the chat just so we know that it's your first call. And we're so excited that you guys are here. We had a ton of new coaches that we shouted out last week too. So if you weren't on last week and didn't see the recording, maybe your name was up there last week, which is awesome. I love seeing these new coaches. I love seeing these names. This is why we do this. Like, we love to spread the light to other people and, you know, share this opportunity because if you saw, I just posted about being a team builder or a team leader. Brittany's a team builder. We're really building this team right now to like blow up, and seeing all these new faces is exactly how that happens. And we want all of you to be sharing these same accolades. And I just want you to know that it doesn't matter where you are right now, you can blow this up within a year if you just stay consistent and you just lead with love and lead with heart. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is the inviting and talking to people thing. But I just want you to know to just dream big and really, you know, don't compare yourself to others, but also let that drive you. If you're excited about all the things that are going on, that's good. Okay. Also, just a quick thing is, I forgot to put up there, Super Saturday, Super Weekend is the first weekend of November. Some of us are going to Laura and some people are going to DC. Many of us are going to Pittsburgh. If you do not know where one is, or you are not close to either of those places, please talk to your coach and we'll help you find one near you. But live events are amazing. They get you so amped up. They're fun. You're just in a community. This community is literally that. It's a community. So if you go without any other team member, you will still be treated like you are part of everyone's team that is there. It's just how this company works. Like, everyone leads with love, and it's such an amazing opportunity. So get to a Super Weekend event. If you want to go to Pittsburgh with us, we would love that. If you want to go to DC with Laura, or if you were, you know, Emily and Emily's little South Dakota posse, which I'm excited about. Hopefully you guys can maybe all go to one, or make sure that you get to the next one. So these live events are amazing. And that also brings up Summit. If you are a new coach, I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to overwhelm anyone, but just so you know, if you help 3 people in your first month, that gets you to Success Club. And then if you do that for your first 3 months as a coach, you actually get a free ticket to Summit, and you become what is called a success starter. You really don't have to know anything besides your goal is to help 3 people a month for your first 3 months, right? Getting set up with a challenge pack or Shakeology HD or Performance Line. And that's going to get you a success starter status, which is amazing. I didn't even know what it was when I did it, but guys, being a success starter has gotten me, I actually get to register for Summit before anybody else, the trips, you get recognition at Summit. It's just a really cool thing, as well as getting a free ticket to Summit, which is awesome as well. So they do recognize you a lot for being a success starter. So if you're new, that should be your goal. It's your first full month as a coach too. So anybody who signed up after September 1st, you have all of October too, to start your first month. So just so you guys know, talk to your coach about that if that's something you want to make your goal, is to be a success starter, because it's pretty Awesome. And then that brings up Summit, which is next year in New Orleans. Guys, this is going to be like epic. We went to New Orleans a couple years ago and it was so much fun. But now that we're going with like a huge team, it's going to be even more fun. We love to, you know, if you didn't see our Summit stories last year, you can probably still see some of it on our Facebooks and our Instagrams, but we had a blast and we're excited to have even more of you at Summit this year in New Orleans. And we're going to have so much fun. You know, we're going to do like swag, like this is our sweatshirts. We have a bunch of different things, you know, that we want to do for you guys, as well as recognition. So like if you work hard for the next, you know, 6, 7, 8 months, you can be recognized at Summit for something, and our team will as well. And it's just awesome to be there in a community, and Summit is everything. So if you can in any way, shape, or form make that happen, Summit should be a non-negotiable if you can get there, but we will help you no matter what. So don't even worry about how you're going to get there, where you're going to stay or anything yet. Like, you can take a deep breath, just get your ticket and write it down in your calendar that you're going to go to Summit with us, because it's going to be amazing. And it's New Orleans, so it's going to be great. And a little hot because it's the summer in New Orleans. Okay, so next thing is shout out to the SC leaderboard. Brittany Gano is crushing it at SC 14 already. She's shooting for 20 this month, and I think she'll go beyond that. I'm super proud of you, Brittany. Danielle is crushing it at SC 8. If you did not see her video she made yesterday, go watch that in the team page. She talks about how the Success Club tracker has really helped her blow up her business in the past month or 2 months, because she's really been consistent with that. And that's why we bring that up all the time, right? Because this really does matter, okay? The Success Club tracker is amazing. Laura Martin at SC4, Rachel Kemp at SC2, Shauna at SC2, Emily at SC2, and Natasha, who is a brand new coach at SC2 as well. So I know many of us are still working really hard. I am not even on that board yet, so don't you think that you can't get on that board, because I have, you know, I'm working just as hard as you guys are, and I'm going to make sure that we crush this month, okay? We still have a lot of the month left. I think we have, 9 days or something left, so that's plenty of time, as well as since we have so many things going on, like our sneak peek, like our Hocus Pocus group, all of this stuff. You know, there's so much to offer. We can all get on that board for sure, okay? So now I can see the chat. That's so funny. Okay, so anyway, Laura, do you have any other shout outs or announcements or anything from your end? I just closed all my activity rings. Woohoo!
from talking. No, just guys, so proud of you. And actually I do have a shout out. I always have a shout out. Social media, you guys are rocking it. And I know that it's hard, and I know you're pushing past your comfort zones, but like Natasha rocked it. I'm pretty sure she's my spirit animal. And your little Pomeranian. Oh, I love him. Okay. So, but the Triller videos, like even James did a Triller video this week, guys, and it gave me so much life. Like, just have fun and share. Like, one of my affirmations is, because I lead with love and fun, sending invitations is easy. And so like, maybe that's one of your affirmations, like, because I lead with fun and love, posting on social media is easy. And fun, like, but you guys are really rocking it, and it brings me so much joy. So keep it up. And that's what people are watching. And maybe I'll have James do a live video about this. He had a really rough couple of first weeks back at school and Tech Week of Sweeney, and he didn't post on his stories. And then all of a sudden he posted again, and like, people were like, oh good, we're glad you didn't quit. And I tell you guys all the time, like, people are waiting for you to quit, especially you new coaches who are like putting up your new coach posts. Like, people are waiting for you to quit because they think, so-and-so signed up for this new pyramid scheme and, you know, we'll see how long this lasts. But if you watch the video, if you are promise yourself that you will be here a year from now, I promise you, if you keep showing up on social media, once people realize that you're not going to quit and that this is changing your life, they will be all in with you. So that's my little shout out. Keep going with the social media.
Yeah, and I just urge you to like make it your own. So if Triller is not something you want to do, don't do it, right? I'm not telling everybody to do what we do. I have fun doing it, so I don't feel like that's work, right? Natasha, basically when you go to the app, I'll just say it really quickly. Down at the bottom of the app is a little plus sign, and then I click that, and then I click music video. So it's pretty simple. I pick the song I want to do, and then you literally just like select the 15-second clip you want to do of whatever song, right? And then from there, you click film in the top right-hand corner. It kind of like guides you through it all. But then you just film yourself doing the same clip like 4 times, and then it makes it into a music video. It's super simple. Like you like hold down the button, it goes 3, 2, 1, and then you like record yourself being like, I believe I can fly with your wine or whatever, right? And then you can do it again, like, you know, twirling around, and you just be silly with it. And then you do, it is like TikTok. And then you just hit like create or shuffle, and you can shuffle it, and it just makes it a fun little video. You can add like random effects and things, but it's just fun. It's something that like lightens up your, you know, your stuff. I also use an app called Mojo for a lot of my things. Brittany asked me about that today. I do some of my slides on my stories through an app called Mojo. It's really self-explanatory as well. Guys, nobody teaches me how to do any of this stuff. I just like try new things. So just if you want to try something new, just try it out and have fun with it. I don't know TikTok either, so but it's fine. We do something different. So if you have TikTok and you want to do that, but basically what we do is we just share our stories and we have fun. So if you notice, Laura and I share like when we work out together all the time, which like via Zoom is just, you know, us being silly, and we just like to show that stuff too. So, and obviously don't forget curiosity marketing. So that's why I say things like magic juice. We have go-go juice, mom crack, we have crack, we have power potion. We have all these different words for energize. So just make it your own and just have fun with it and create curiosity. So people are like, I want whatever she's having, right? That's exactly what you want them to talk about. And I get people all the time that are like, oh, I just want to be happy. Like, you seem so happy. And I was like, I am. Like, that's legit. So that's good. Okay. So yes, I love what Laura said about showing up on social media. Next week, actually, I'm going to see if we can get a guest speaker, but I'm not sure, short notice. But if we do not, either way, I do want to talk about storytelling and how to create that on your social media. And I want to just help people like be able to tell stories. Ashley Lachlan, I mentioned her last week. She's one of my favorites. Her stories are just like, her posts are just so good. It's like her and her daughter at Disney. And it just starts with this amazing story. And at the end, she like loops in how like health and wellness has like helped her change her life. And it's awesome. She's so good at it. But also don't forget that it doesn't always have to be, yes, her Instagram training is really awesome. I can share that in the team page if I didn't. I think I only shared it with the Diamond Group. But again, guys, if you're new, just take everything we're saying with a grain of salt, let it soak in, and it will eventually be way more accessible to you. Everything that is new is overwhelming. So when we start to ride a bike, it's new, right? When we started to learn how to talk or learned a different language or learned how to sing, everything that is new is overwhelming. So just smile and keep going, okay? I want to talk about inviting conversations and just how to talk to people a little bit. So if you guys have specific questions, put them in the chat and I'll address them. I'm just going to talk through a couple different like things. So I have notes on my phone, so I'm going to go here real quick. Inviting, it can be really simple, right? It doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, this really long drawn out invite. It should be kind of short, simple, to the point, and not sound robotic. It should sound like you. And I know that's the thing that a lot of us are scared to do, is just send that invite, right? When I first started, I felt like I was like, send, walk away, right? Like I didn't want to like leave it open and wait for them to respond. I was like, I'll get back to them later. Like, you know, so that way I wasn't weird about it. But now I like get excited to invite. I've had a couple like people be like kind of rude lately, and I'm like, bye, you're not my people. You don't need to be a part of this. That's fine. Like, I'm so happy. I've helped people, you know, we have 100+ pound weight losses on our team. We have transformations with like mindset and like saving lives. And I mean, what we do is amazing. So once you really get behind that and you really do like walk in your purpose, Laura and I, we're going to share a video from Kim Fitzpatrick, but I think we're going to take a little clip from it that she did in the Diamond Group and share with you guys, because it's a lot of diamond stuff. And if you're not there yet, you don't need to see that, but we want you to hear the part about walking in your purpose. So we'll get that to you guys soon. But my invites are super simple, right? So one of the ones that I always do is people who watch my stories. I go through once or twice a week and look at my stories and write down names of all the people who are new. Or I just, you know, if I'm like looking for people randomly one day, I'll just go to my stories and be like, oh, if I invited that person before. And I'll say something like, thanks for the love on my post and my stories. Guess what? I don't care if they've never liked my post before. They're watching my stories. They're showing love. So I always say that. And most of the time I think people are thinking, did I like his post? What post did I like? You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, thanks for the love on my post and my stories. Are you on a healthy journey as well? Or are you just showing support? It's a super simple invite, right? You're not asking them to buy anything. You're not asking anything. You're asking if they're on a journey. And a lot of times I get people who are like, no, but I should be. And then you go from there with the thing we're going to talk about next, which is getting to know them, right? Getting to know you. Okay. So another one that I do is, the new one that I'm doing is boo, 3 exclamation points. Super random, but I'm so excited about this one. Hocus Pocus Healthy Challenge. We are getting set up now, and October is going to be so magical. Haha. Would you like to secure a spot? right? That one sounds a lot more like an invite, but personally for me, that's how I talk, so people are like, oh yeah, so you can make it sound like you, but I'm just getting people excited about it. And I don't say, would you be interested? I'm like, do you want to secure a spot? Like I'm almost already putting in their mind that they want to do this. I've sent this to, I think I sent it to 10 people yesterday. Every single one of them was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing, but blah, 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 right? So they all had an excuse because that's what happens. But, now they're excited about that and they know that I'm doing these fun things, right? And they were excited because I had excitement about this challenge. For coaching, I do one that's like, hey, Rockstar, super random, and I don't know if you would even be interested, but I do virtual wellness coaching with my team. I run challenges in virtual accountability groups for support. Oh, wait, this is actually a group invite. Are you working on any health and fitness goals? So I kind of explained what we do as coaches, what my team does, and then I said, are you working on any health and fitness goals? It doesn't really say that I'm like, a trainer or anything like that. It just says that I coach and I help people with these, virtual accountability groups for support. So that one was kind of simple. I'll put all of these in the page too if you want to look at them. But coaching one that I do all the time is I definitely usually that's like an oxymoron. I definitely try to compliment them in some way. So this one says, okay, what's up, love? So random, and I know you have probably been asked this so many times before, but my virtual wellness coaching team is on fire, and we're expanding. I hosted a virtual happy hour info session on Sunday. Would you check it out if I sent it over? And then leave it there, right? Would you watch it if I sent it? You asked them a question, and then I didn't even ask them if they were interested. I was just like, would you watch this if I sent it over? Now we have another one coming up, obviously on next Tuesday, but we always have all of these recordings that people can do. So pretty simple. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have another one here. Laura, do you have an invite that you're using right now that you would mind sharing?
Mine are very, very similar to yours. And it's the same with I did a poll on my stories of, do you like Hocus Pocus and all things Halloween? Yes or no? And then then you swipe up to see who voted what, take a screenshot of that so that then you can reach out to all of those people. So it'll, hey, thanks for voting on my poll. I love all things Halloween and Hocus Pocus too. You can even continue the conversation, who's your favorite Sanderson sister or something like that. And use the memes, guys. Just Google Hocus Pocus memes. There are so many, and then post them on your stories, or even post them as a post on your page, because it will get engagement. But anyway, back to the invite. So hey, thanks so much for your love on my post, or I totally love Hocus Pocus too. I actually have a Hocus Pocus healthy challenge starting, and I would love for you to join me. Do you have any health and fitness goals you're working on?
Yeah. I love
and
that.
Always end with a question to keep it open and keep it flowing. Although I would not end that sentence with on, because that's a preposition. So I would be nerdy enough to be like, do you have any health and fitness goals on which you are working? And then people are like, what is wrong with this woman? And I'll be like, I was an English teacher.
And then I'm over here not spelling anything right. So Hannah, I would say that if you ask that healthy journey question, that to me is an invite. Making a connection to me is oh my God, I like your dog. What kind of dog is it? Right. So I mean, obviously it's something better than that, but making a new connection with someone is so what I've been doing lately is, guys, I want to adopt a child. If you didn't know, I've been talking about it all the time. So I follow a lot of gay dads and LGBT families and stuff like that. And what I've been doing is going and finding people through these hashtags and things. And I literally follow them, like a bunch of pictures, send them a message that says, your family is so cute. Right? That's so simple. But they're like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Oh, I love your page. And then they start looking at my page. And then when I invite them in a week, because I will, it's not as weird, right? Because we've already kind of talked. And then I'm seeing their stories, I'm seeing their stuff because it pops up, right? So that's how I do that.
And also use people's names. And then if you can find out, people love to hear their name and see their name written. So if you can be like, oh my gosh, hi, Hannah, thanks, or if you said, your family is so cute, and then he replies and be like, no, seriously, Rob, your family is adorable. How many kids do you have? Or how old are your kids? Or, don't be creepy, internet stalker, what are your children's names and ages and birth dates? But ask. People love to talk about themselves, and they love to talk about their kids and their pets. So that's always a way to keep the conversation going.
Yeah. If you don't follow this is not a plug for you to follow my health and fitness Facebook page. But if you don't follow that, I put up things all the time for engagement. You can always steal those things. So one of the recent ones I did was the middle name silly thing. I don't know if you guys saw that. It reached over 20,000 people almost. Like, I mean, my comments are a little over 200 and likes and people are sharing it, but the reach, because it's a business page, I can see how many people it reached. Almost 20,000 people have seen that already. And people just put down there, basically it's a little thing that says, put your middle name below in alphabetical order, right? So then I put mine and I was like, can you guess mine? What's yours? People all guessed mine. They all put theirs. And then I commented on a bunch of theirs and tried to guess. Anyway, I have started 40 new conversations via that, right? Because then I send them a message. So I'm like, that thing was so silly and hard. I feel like I'm so, I feel like I was not very good at it. I couldn't guess everyone's names. I hope you have a great weekend. And then they're like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, or do you have any plans this weekend? That starts a conversation. I literally started 40, and I'm not done going through that post right now. So that was 40 different new conversations because of an engagement post. Now, again, that's a little different on Instagram, but you could always do different things in your stories and find ways about doing that, okay? Sorry, that was a tangent. But that's how I start new conversations, and then I send them these little invites that I've been talking about. But basically, another suggestion that I would go out before I go into conversations about inviting is I urge you to, last year we did September Superstars and October Rockstars or something. I urge you to have that excitement about it. So maybe you want to say, I'm looking for my 5 October Rockstars. We're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And maybe every day or every other day you share a little piece of paper or a little story that's like your name and one person who's doing it with you. You can even choose someone on our team, right? Choose your coach, write their name. Doesn't have to be someone that you've even signed up. I'm looking for 5 people. I already have one. I'm looking for my 5 October rock stars. You can call it whatever you want, but kind of that sets the tone of like the urgency behind it, how it's exciting. And then when you sign someone up or you add a name to it, it's like, oh my God, one more person. I'm so excited for you. I'm still looking for 3 people, right? Because our group doesn't start until October 7th. We can all get 2 to 3 people for this next challenge or whatever it is. So I urge you to find something fun like that like you are talking about on your stories. About like your October rock stars or something like that, right? Or if you're dorky, make it even more fun, because that's what I would do. Okay, so now after you send out an invite to someone, then what? Oh, this is where it actually gets like scary, right? I don't think the invite's scary. I'm always like, oh gosh, now I have to have like long conversations with people, right? I don't find the invite scary. This is the part that I used to struggle with, but I feel like I've made it so much more streamlined. I want to talk about qualifying questions, okay? Getting to know people. So when someone says, yes, I'm interested in your group, what's it all about? Usually you can say it different ways. I've started saying in a voice message when they're like, what's it all about? Oh, this is what it is. Like, we have so much fun. It's just like a fun way to make fitness, just more fun and not boring. And like we are on a Facebook group, and generally we all pick a program, a virtual like workout to stream. And then, I go from there, but I've kind of streamlined that because then some people are like, oh, I have to pay. And I'm like, I'd rather kind of nip that in the bud from the beginning if you're not interested, because it's not a free group, right? We do those all the time too. Like, we just had a free gratitude one, but I ask qualifying questions. So when somebody says they're interested, one of the first ones is almost always, awesome. Well, what goals do you have for your health and fitness? Right? Pretty simple. What are you working on? What do you want to work on? Get to know them. Now ask more questions. So if they say, I want to lose weight, that's way too vague. You got to get deep, right? Because if you don't, then they're just going to be like, they're not as invested either. So if somebody says, I want to lose weight, I say, oh, awesome. I totally get that. Why is that your goal? Right? Why do you want to lose weight? Oh, because my sister's wedding is in December and I want to look my best I've ever looked. Awesome. So how much weight would you actually want to lose? Like, if you had to pick a number or a dress size, like, what are you trying to do, right? Get deep, peel that onion, right? Get to know them. Why is this their goal? Losing weight is too vague. They're not attached to that goal, right? They're just like, meh, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to say. So peel back that onion, right? Why is that your goal? How would you feel? I like to visualize with people. How would you feel if you were a size 6, I don't know, whatever size they started at, and if they said they wanted to be a 6. If you were a size 6 and you were walking down that aisle as your sister's bridesmaid, feeling the most confident you've ever felt in the world, how would you feel? Most people are like, oh my God, right? That's exactly what I want. I want blah, 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 blah. But I've already created that story for them based on what they've told me, right? That's what they said they wanted. I just put it into like a little picture. And now they're excited about that. I'm like, let's do it, right? That sounds amazing. Great. What's next? Have you ever done a workout from home before or streamed one? Or are you like a gym person, right? Get to know them. Oh, I hate the gym. Perfect, right? we'd like to hear that. But don't say it's an at-home workout. I actually used to always say that, and that's great for some people. Like if that's what you're trying to sell, that's great. Like if that person is like, that's what they need. But a lot of people want to go to the gym, right? Or they have a gym. Like I have a gym in my building that I can go down to. So by saying it's an at-home workout, I'm like, oh, no, I don't have any room at home. I don't have any equipment. They start going through all these lists of objections, right? So by you saying it's a streaming workout, and then you can go into those details later. I ask them, is there a type of fitness, or is there a type of workout that you really like to do, or one that you hate? Because people love to tell you the one they don't like to do, right? Oh, I hate running, or whatever it is, because that's what I would say. But like, so people love to tell you that, like, is there a type you like or a type you don't like? So then I go into, asking them more questions like, oh my God, I totally get that. Have you ever done this? And then I also like to say, once we get down to the nitty gritty, have you ever tried working with a coach and a community for support? That was a game changer for me. Most of the time they say, no, I've never tried that. And then I go into why the community and why the support for me as the person who's going to help them is so important. Because when I started, and I tell my story, right? When I started, I needed this, blah, 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 blah. The accountability of the community was everything. Sell that community, because that's the special piece that people don't have anywhere else, okay? So I ask them so many questions, right? I want to get to know them. Now, this may take time, right? It shouldn't be all in like 5 seconds. You want to get to know them. You want them to trust you. By people do business with people they like, know, and trust, right? I mean, that's something we hear all the time. Josh Coates says it all the time. They've already are interested, right? They're getting to know you by talking to them, and they're getting to trust you by you listening to them and then providing some sort of like, answer, but always end with a question, right? So that they have to respond. You don't want it to just be like dead weight in the conversations. But when someone says they're interested, I get to know them. I get to know why they have these goals. What are their goals? And then I fill in the gaps. That's what we do as coaches. We then suggest what we think is the best option for whatever their goal is. Guess what? Maybe they're training for, a 5K and they don't, want to do any sort of at-home workout, but maybe the Energize and Performance Line would be great for them, right? So you can fill in that gap, right? So that's what we do. We get to know them. We get to know what they need. And then we fill in that gap and help them in whatever way we can. Maybe it comes down to they have zero money and they just need to try that free trial before they're actually going to jump in. That's okay. That's one of the last things I offer, but I get to know them first. And then I can offer something to them based on what they have given me, the knowledge they've given me, right? So you'll get objections from the beginning. Like people will, say like, oh, well, how much does it cost? I don't have any money. Well, there's a million options. So if you trust me, like we'll get through this, and then, sorry, all this stuff is popping up on my computer. And then we'll take it from there. Like we can find out what's the best option for you, because people can get into our groups with, a free trial and then jump in, right? Maybe as long as they're going to commit to something, we want to get some sort of skin in the game. By getting the free trial, they do have to put their credit card in case they don't cancel after 14 days, then it charges them, but you want to help them get a challenge pack or something better that's more affordable. So, but my point is, like, when you're talking to people behind the scenes, after they said they're interested, you just got to get to know them, right? Does that make sense? Like getting to know people and understanding, who they are, why they have these goals. Because if you're just trying to suggest something to someone out of the blue, it's not going to work, right? Every program's not for every person. You want to get their experience. What have you tried in the past? What have you done? What has worked? What hasn't worked? Maybe they say, I've tried all the shakes in the world. And you're like, oh, have you, maybe then you start talking about Shakeology. Like I usually start with fitness and we talk about like their fitness goals. And then I'm like, do you struggle with nutrition as well? That's when I start to talk about Shakeology or the nutrition programs, right? If they're like, yeah, actually nutrition is like my biggest struggle. I'm an emotional eater. I've struggled with all these eating disorders, blah, 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 blah. Then I can say, wow, that was me. Let's talk about this best option. So you got to know them. You got to know what their struggle was. And then you're attaching feelings to it, right? Because these people then are like trusting you. They're telling you about their life. They're telling you what they struggle with, and you're getting to know that. And then you're telling them to visualize walking down the aisle as their goal, and they're seeing that. And they have 3 months to get there, and they're like, wow, I can do that. This person is like, they start to know you and trust you and love you. And then they're going to say yes. And maybe it's not right now, but guess what? When we run our next one, you can invite them again and say, I just don't want you to miss out. So I'm checking in, right? The fortune is in the follow-up. If you are not tracking the people you're talking to, even if it's just a notebook, right? You can write their name down. You can write down who you're talking to. But so many people get left behind because we forget to follow up with them. I have people all the time that I'll see, be like, oh, I just joined this amazing opportunity. I'm doing a challenge group. And I'm like, oh man, I invited them like a year ago. I never followed up with them. So they signed up with someone else. And it happens, but we have to follow up with people, right? So I hope that makes sense with the conversations. But what we do is, as coaches, is we just get to know them, and then we offer the best solution based on our knowledge, based on what we know. If you are a new coach, if your coach has not recommended a 3-way conversation, that is the best way to learn, by doing. I try to do this with all of my new people because I love to help people talk, right? I love to, be like, okay, I'm going to lay it out because Hannah's a little new, right? So she's learning from me, and we just don't want to give you any wrong information. So we're going to do this together. And then obviously you support the conversation too. But, I ask all the questions. I learn about this person. And then Hannah's learned by watching me do it. She can copy some of the things I do. Plus, it's just learning, right? It's mentoring. Like, you want to kind of learn by seeing what everyone's doing. Natasha says, so after you've laid out all this groundwork and built this relationship, how do you close the deal? So that's where you have to really kind of like set that sense of urgency too from the beginning, especially if it's something like, we have this group coming up and I have 5 spots, right? I'm trying to work with my 5 October, rock stars, and we start the challenge group, like we start prepping the first week of October. So we really need to get you, set up pretty soon. I kind of let people know that in the beginning that like, we're starting soon. So we want to, I want them to feel that urgency versus like, we can talk for a month before you're ever going to sign up, right? I want to create that urgency. And then when it gets down to, the last couple of days, I'm like, hey, I'm just, checking in, like we can keep talking no matter what, but I don't want you to miss out on this challenge. So if you do want to do this one, is there a good time that we can, talk more to finalize the last things, right? I love setting an actual date and time and letting people be held accountable, because we can go back and forth with people all the time. Like, I had this one girl who was like, last night was like, can we talk tomorrow? Can we set a time? And I responded with, great, is 8:00 tomorrow night good before my team call? She didn't respond at all. And then she just texted me a couple minutes ago. She's like, I'm done at 11. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not available. We can talk tomorrow. Because I have to hold her accountable, right? Like, she has to already from the beginning be like, wow, he's serious. Like, I'm not going to be strung along. I'm not going to just check in and then you not read it for 2 days and then be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. And then you answer one question and I got to know that you struggle with nutrition, and then you won't answer any other questions, right? So you have to kind of set that urgency from the beginning and say, is there a really good time to talk? Because we just need about 3 to 5 minutes to kind of like solidify the best option for you in getting into this group. So that's kind of the way that I do it, is like creating that urgency from the beginning, but also just asking, are you ready? Or what's holding you back? I always love to know like what's actually holding people back from like fully jumping in. Laura, go ahead.
Okay. The new coaches, when you signed up, you should have been sent discount or promo codes that you can use. So tell people, like, I have 3 promo codes. They expire September 30th. What I tell people is I have your name with this one. I have one saved for you or something like that. Like, make them feel special and say, but if you don't use it by this date, I have to give it to the next person. So that creates some urgency too. And the other thing that I do is, after I've built a relationship, going back to Natasha's question, after I've built a relationship and they've been answering the questions and things, like I will ask for their email, and we talk about Shakeology, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it comes in all these different flavors. So I just get to the point and I'm like, so let me create a cart for you. And this is where people also are like, oh, money. And I'm like, you know what? There are so many options. We've talked about your goals. Let me set up a cart for you. And I usually do this in video message because I'm better on video or voice. Plus typing, it takes too long. So I'll make a video or a voice message and I'll say, hey, okay, so there are so many options. Based on your goals, let me put a cart together. Send me your email and what flavor of Shakeology or Performance Line or whatever you think you might want. And I have a screenshot. So when you guys make your first cart, when you get to the Shakeology page and all the options are there for the flavors, just take a screenshot of that and have it in your phone so that when people are like, what are all the flavors? Boink, there's a screenshot, okay? So you don't have to always be typing out chocolate vegan, cafe latte vegan, cafe latte whey. Like, no, nobody's got time for that. So, and then I start and I just make them a cart and I say, okay, this is everything that I think will be great for you. So I'm going to start them this month with the Morning Meltdown Challenge Pack, because they get Morning Meltdown plus and it's on sale, plus everything they would normally get, and it's the same price. So, and then their flavor of Shakeology, I might throw in some Energize. I might throw on 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix. And then I'm going to say, these are all the things that I think are great for you. Let's talk about this, because we can take things out of your cart so that, you know, I want to make the best plan for you, so that, and then we can take things out of your cart. So we're going into this place of abundance. And some people will be like, wow, that's only like $300. That's really cheap. I thought it was going to be like $1,000. And it's like, exactly. And then they're like, you know, and then they're fine. Or we can have people say, oh, that's still a little too much. And it's like, okay, well, how about I mail you some samples of Energize? Let me take that out of your cart. You know, we can wait on the nutrition program. Let's get started with baby steps. We'll do one thing at a time. We can take that out of your cart. And you have control over all of that, guys, in Share a Cart. You can go in and edit anybody's cart all at once. But what you want to do is get their email and get what shake of flavor or Energize or Recover that they want, so that you can get them a cart, send them the link, send them their promo code, and then say, you know, here's your promo code for $10 off. Here's your cart. And then keep the conversation going. Say, take a look at that. Let me know if you have any questions. Definitely make sure you follow up. And then if it's too much, take stuff out of the cart. If it's, you know, if they're like, oh, I think I want that power potion that you drink every day, put it in the cart. So you have that flexibility to keep doing that. And their link doesn't change. The link to their cart stays the same, but you can change the things inside of it.
Now,
so
that
make the cart.
They can change it too, though. So just make sure you discuss with them that you guys need to do that together.
Right.
Because sometimes people will take everything out of the cart and then they'll just sign up for like a free membership. And you're like, no. This was not what we discussed. You just like messed this up. Because you want them to get the best deal too, right? So you don't want people to be like, oh, I just took everything out, you know? And it's like, no. So I love that idea, Laura, but I just make sure you know, like, that you're doing it together, that you want to help them. And I always say that in the beginning. I create a virtual cart that is specific to what you need and want. So there's not really one answer for how much it costs, right? That's a good way to skip the price objection in the beginning, is to just be like, I create a special cart literally for you and based on what you need and want. Hi, Lily. So I want to make sure that we make that work for you, right? Just by using their email and info. Yeah, so Natasha, when you get their email, you can just totally go ahead and set them up for a cart via Share a Cart. Now, I discuss it a little differently. Like I get to know exactly what I think they're going to want, first of all. And I will show you guys this. I shared it in the team page. And I'm going to try to make more of these based on like when things are new. You can totally use this, but now this isn't in replace of all the conversations, right? This is something that like afterward you could say, so this is the one, and I circle this little fitness and nutrition bundle right here. And I'm like, this is what we talked about. This is what you said like is going to be the best thing for you based on what you want. Now, I'm only showing you this because I'm a visual person. And if you wanted to add anything, it kind of just shows you all the added things. This can be good and bad, because then you might have people that go, oh, I just want the 39 3 months, right? So you're like, okay, well, no, that's not really the best option. But if that's really what you need, you can. But this kind of is good. Every time I've sent this to people, after I'm like, great, you're going to get this fitness and nutrition bundle. It has laid out everything that we talked about. And then also I just wanted to show you like the most popular add-ons to the side, right? Because then people are like, oh, I do like Energize, or oh, I do want that, or blah, 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 blah. Or what's this detox, right? They can ask you. You're sending them like a menu. And you're like, this is all the awesome things that I think you should do. Or if you want to add on things, right? So excuse me, I did put that in the team page, and I just started using that, and I think that that's been kind of helpful, but just make sure that doesn't replace the conversation, right? Like you have to get to know them. Jessica says, I can never look and happy awake before drinking magic juice, not a morning. And me too, girl. Laura says, that's okay, blah, blah, blah. Hannah says, so, oh wait, that was a long time ago. I don't know why this just popped up. Okay, that was it. Yeah, so that's what I do with conversations. It's literally just getting to know people and then meeting them where they're at, right? Because there are 1,000 options for people. So are there any other questions about like the conversation? If you are new, your goal is to just literally be like, I'm doing this. Anybody want to do it with me? And then you figure out the best option for them, right? The goal is to get, people a challenge pack, because that is the ultimate solution for people, right? Shakeology and or Performance Line and a program. That is what's going to give them the best results, because we've developed this thing through Beachbody called fitness plus nutrition plus support equals results. So we as coaches are the support. The fitness and the nutrition are big factors in that. Shakeology is one that, you know what, maybe you can't fully commit to a nutrition program right now, but you can drink more water and you can have that shake every day. And that's an amazing baby step to lose weight. That's how many of us started, right? So that's an awesome way to start that conversation, is especially when people are like, it's just not a good time for me. Okay, I completely understand that. It's probably never going to be a good time. I used to say that all the time. But what about just starting with a baby step? What if we just, you'll get the fitness and everything anyway for a year. You can start that later. What if we just start it with Shakeology and drinking more water, right? You can always kind of filter these out and figure out how people are reacting and what they're struggling with. But especially if you're new, it's, getting people excited about what you're doing, sharing what you're doing, showing it on your stories, sharing your struggles too. Don't let it be like, oh, I joined this thing, it's amazing every day, because it's probably not fun every day. Laura and I, you should hear us during our workouts. I'm like, I actually don't like working out, guys. I just like how I feel after it, right? Many of us don't like working out. I'm not someone who's like, let me jump and it feels good. No, it hurts. I'm not a fan. But I feel so much better afterward, and I know I want to feel that good, right? Natasha, if people don't respond on the initial one, I say, hey, did you see my message? Always. I always do. Or I'll send them a voice clip. And I usually say, like, I just want to make sure because my Facebook's been wonky. And I use weird words like that. So, or I'll be like, my Facebook's been so weird. Did you see my last message? I also invite people all the time, even if they don't respond. If I invite someone last month, they're probably getting another one this month until they tell me to stop talking to them. Because most people need that. I get it all the time. And people are like, I'm so happy. And then don't forget to throw in our free invites, right? Because maybe they're freaking out about the money. But then you throw out that, hey, I have this free group coming, which, guys, we're going to do 2 in October, I think. We're going to do 2 free challenges. We're going to do like a nutrition or crock pot or recipe, something or another. I think we're going to do a pumpkin something or another. We also might do an Energize challenge, just so you guys know. We're trying to create that right now. That'll be fun. Basically, what we're going to do is it'll be like a 3 or 5 day Energize challenge, and we'll send samples to people. So they have to pay like $15 or something, or $10. So it's not free. But they can get the free trial Beachbody On Demand, and they can do a program. They can try out Energize. So it'll be like a fun, different thing. So we're trying to put that together too. But yeah, if people don't respond, I'm always like, hey, did you see my message? And then if they don't respond to that, then I won't say anything until the next invite. And then I'll send them another invite. Or, oh, my favorite thing though is when people are ghosting me is I go like a bunch of their photos and comment on things. Because then they're like, oh, he's showing up on my page. Dang it. He still knows I'm here, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm not leaving. So that actually has been really good. It's so funny that people, like, it'll be like unread in my messages. I'm like, okay, I see you. And I'll go to like their Facebook and I'll like start liking a bunch of things and commenting on a bunch of things. And then they almost always respond that same day with, oh my God, my life's been so crazy. Cause they like, no, they're like, oh, he's watching. So that has been a really good one that's worked for me. Any other questions about any of this stuff? I would love to help. I just want you to know that it can be simple. This business is not hard. It is easy, but it's also just as easy not to do it, right? So the Slight Edge taught us that. A lot of us are reading that. And it really just says, like, the things that we know we're supposed to do, like eat healthy and work out, it's just as easy not to do those things, right? It's really easy to go through the drive-thru and have the Big Mac, or it's just as easy not to. Laura had that last night, right? Like, you make that decision. You get to decide. And it's just the same with the business. You get to decide if you're going to fill out your tracker every day. It's easy not to do, but it's also really easy to just get it done, right? Because you know that in 6 months to a year, your business is going to blow up. My cat, oh my God, sorry. He just popped out of nowhere. So anyway, Danny says, I've done that with liking a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I do that on IG all the time too, especially if people, the best thing is if they're not talking back to you and then you go watch their stories and you start commenting on a bunch of their stories. Yep. I see you. Lily, I have those same dynamics. Oh, okay. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I love answering questions. So if you guys have any, ask them in the team page, ask your coach. But also if you ever feel like writing it, just write it in the team page and then we'll answer it and we'll all kind of talk. And then we all learn from each other, right? I am at the same point as all of you, right? In the sense that, like, we're all working every month to just help a couple more people, right? So that's our goal. It's just to help people, meet them where they are, get them involved in our community and our groups, and inspire them to live their best life, right? That's all we're doing. No other questions?
I just want to add one more thing. Do your personal development before you send the invites. If you don't want to send the invites, you pause, you go to YouTube, you look up Jen Sincero's You Are a Bad, hi Lily, and her whole audiobook is there. Just pick apart and listen to it and you will feel pumped up. and inspired, or play, like, honestly, the best way to change your energy is to shake your booty. So put on some music, shake your booty, and then send the invites. And just remember, like, if you don't believe in it yet, go on that we believe in you, and that we know that this works, and that our team has lost like hundreds of pounds together, guys. And it just, yeah. So do the personal development, get your mind in the right place, and then send the invite.
Yes, I love that. Also, that's why I do the Triller videos. Literally, right when I'm done that video, I'm so hyped. Like, I'm like, I feel great now, right? Just because I was like dancing and being a fool. And then last thing, kind of what Laura just said, is personal development. Guys, if you do not have Audible yet, you get one free book when you sign up. It's completely free. And then also, Brittany and I had a problem with this, but we can all send books. Apparently Brittany can't receive books for some reason, but we're going to figure that out. I don't know what happened. But if you've never received a book on Audible before, like, one of us can send you a book, one that we like You Are a Badass, or, oh, I said it, or Mastering Your Mean Girl, which is huge. I love that one. If you have any sort of limiting belief about yourself or what you can do, Mastering Your Mean Girl is amazing. It's finding that mean girl and punching her in the face and then moving on. And there's a bunch of really awesome books. Girl Wash Your Face, Girl Stop Apologizing. Find one that is good for you and just dive into that, because it's amazing, right? Jericho said something during the workout today. I was like in tears at the end of HIIT today, guys. That lit cardio today like kicked my butt. I was like dying. And she was like talking about how like we have to remember, like, we choose how we react to situations, and you know how we feel in any given moment. We choose that. So, you know, if we're not feeling good or we're not feeling confident, we can change that. We have that ability. We also have to be grateful that we can move our bodies the way we are, right? So I was dying, because I was like, I modified so much, I'm so mad at myself. And she was like, we have to be grateful that we moved our bodies. And I was like, that's so cool. So she's my personal development all the time. But personal development is key. It can really change your life and your business. So start it now. Make sure you're doing it. And yes, Girl Stop Apologizing. I love that one. Okay, let's get a photo. A photo. Or is that what I say, Brittany, that you made fun of me for? I said photo, but he's like, why don't you say picture? Okay. Let's bow, because I have to go finish watching the Emmys. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel's already winning a bunch of Emmys, so I need to go watch it. That's my show, y'all. Okay, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. As Laura said, if you do not believe in yourself yet, that's fine. We believe in you. I really, truly mean that. I started with nothing. Laura and I started building our businesses at the same time, right? Like, we can do this. We believed in each other. We believe in you, and you can do amazing things. Just be here a year from now, be here 2 years from now, and keep being consistent and showing up. You're amazing. You're awesome. We love you. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.